In this class, we'll discuss about what is meant by error detection. So let us dive into this topic. Here, in this error detection, what we are going to see is this is for basically for a competition exam point of view. Here, if you look at this error detection, so basically this error detection is something like just to have a look at some examples so that you will be able to understand the concept here, what I'm going to say now. So this is one example here. Okay, so what is this example? So you will be given some sentence. Okay, so the sentence may be given in such a way so it can be divided into some parts, so 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, something like that, and then you are supposed to identify what is the grammar mistake in this sentence. So that's one thing. Sometimes what will happen is there won't be any grammar mistake also. So that time you have to bubble the no error. That option is also there. Okay. Now, keeping this point in mind, let us see how to solve these models. So first of all, for everything, what you need is you need some basic strategy. So what I mean by basic strategy is these are competition exam. So most of these topics generally appears in competition exams. So generally what you have to do is you must know some strategy how to solve this problem. Why? Because time is a crucial thing here. So we can't take risk in that aspect. So for that, if we look at this first one, so the strategies to solve this error detection question models. So first thing what you have to do is you have to look at the sentence. So that is basically read the question. So how to read a question normally? Just you know the English. So just you read it in your aloud inside your mind. So you'll do it. But the main problem here is you must be very thorough or very good at English grammar. So that is the main point here. If you look at just to have a look at here, that is first point, scan the sentence structure. Scan the sentence structure and check the subject verb agreement, tenses, consistency, and modify it. So all those things you have to look at here. Okay. So first what you need to do, you must check the subject verb agreement. So the subject verb agreement generally will work out normally if it is a tenses or if you use modifiers. What about when the sentence is in the form of a mood? That time this sentence verb agreement will be a different one. Okay, so for that reason, first of all, you should have very thorough in English grammar. First point. The second point is you must have check the prepositions, articles, conjunctions, all those things. So this is the second go. In a second go, what you should do is just try to check prepositions, articles, conjunctions, how that is there any mistakes in that. Okay, then sometimes what you can do is purposefully they would be giving the mistakes regarding the rhymings. Okay, so we can call this one as a homonyms. Homonyms. Okay, so like this, so the sounds are same. Okay, sounds will be same, but the word is different. Okay, the meaning is different. So sound generally some half portion of the sound will be same. Okay, half portion of the sound will be different. So like that. So that is also you have to look at first point. Then another point here. Then one more thing you need to check out with the idiomatic expression and phrasal verbs. So you have to be very thorough with the phrasal verbs. That's one thing. Idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs. Okay, so what I mean by phrasal verbs? So the phrasal verbs are preposition plus verbs, preposition plus adjective, prepositions plus nouns. Okay, so all those things we need to have a look at. Then sometimes you have to focus on the pronoun usage and parallel structures. So then that is also one point. This is basically, these points are basically to say one by one. So please check the grammar. Be very thorough with the English grammar. That's the main concept here. Okay. Then eliminate the wrong options step by step by using this MCQ. So even if you are unable to, so if you get something like answers, 4 or 5 like answers, then you have to use a elimination technique and remove that answers and then find out the right answer. So this is one way of doing it. This is just a way. Okay. Now these are basically, even though if it is said that it is a strategy to solve all these things, so you can see all the points are related to grammar. There is no anything something like a technique here. Okay. Then coming to the normal, generally common mistakes. Generally, if you look at the previous year question papers, so most of the students do this mistake. So that's why I have put this. Okay. So just follow at least minimum these grammar rules. So what are these minimum grammar rules here? Subject verb agreement. Okay. So what do you mean by subject verb agreement? Say for example, he do work. It looks like this is right, but grammatically this is not right. Why? Because he does work. Why he or he, this do will not come. Why for he, only does will come. So for this, you have to go through the grammar point here. So the grammar point is for a third person, singular, the verb carry does. Okay. For rest of the things, like for singular or for plural. Okay. So the first person, second person, and a third person. Okay. All this. Okay. So singular first person is I. Singular plural first person I, we. Okay. So singular second person, singular third person. So only for singular third person it will not come. Okay. So plural third person, plural third person. Okay. Only for singular here, this is the right one. Okay. So for second person, singular second, you, singular, and you, they, plural third person. So for all these things, the verb carries 2. Okay. So you need to be you should be very careful with this. So like the differentiation, you must be able to identify. Okay. So he, for he, dot. Okay. For he or she or it, for these pronouns, so do is not going to come, only the does. So it does, she does, he does. Okay. So that is what you should be able to identify. So that's what generally subject verb agreement that you should be able to identify. Then article usage. So this article usage, actually I would urge you to read some pronunciation topics. Okay. So look at here the sentence. She is a honest girl. So here H is basically silent in honest word. Okay. So since H is silent, so this the next letter is vowel. So hence A should be having this. She is an honest girl. So H is silent. So the next sound next letter is O. O is a vowel. So any vowel will carry an as an article. So that's reason why it will come. Then tense consistency. So what do you mean tense consistency is look at here. So I have seen him yesterday. So I have seen him yesterday. So I saw him yesterday. So because that is already happened, no? So still you are not seeing him continuously. Okay. So I have seen him continuously. So that is not okay. See, saw, seen. Okay. You saw is a last verb. Yesterday is a past tense, no? So verb V1. See, saw. This is a V3 is a past participle. So that is saw. Okay. So this is a past, present, past participle. So hence what will happen here? I saw him yesterday. I saw him yesterday. So since you used yesterday here, so this I have seen him. I have seen him is different. I have seen him yesterday is different. Okay. So since you have used yesterday word here, so this comes like this. So like, okay, like small mistakes. So then a tense consistency. This is called tense consistency. Okay. And pronoun antecedent agreement. So here, if you look at here, so everyone should bring their book. Okay. So everyone should bring his or her own book. Okay. So everyone is talking about what everyone in the sense. So that verb agreement. So this pronouns, pronunciation, everything and all, you should be able to properly balance here. Okay. Then preposition usage. So look at here. So he is good in math. So most because in Indian languages, so if you want to say something that he is good at something, so what we say, he is good in that. Okay. So that's basically, for example, in Telugu we say itanu danilo nishnatudu. Okay. Lo is basically something we use it in, but that is not the way here in English. So he is good at math. Is good at math. Then like this modified placements. So all this. So not only just one. Then comparison errors. So the comparison errors are most people do mistake. So he is more taller. So if you look at this adjective, so tall, taller, tallest. Okay. So he is more taller than someone. Okay, that is wrong here. He is taller than something. Okay, that you need to. So then word usage, so vibe check, so all these things and all you have to check once. Then the common area. So more if this is a error detection model question, so the common errors generally you can see is a subject verb agreement, then article usage, tenses, prepositions, then modals and auxiliaries and modal verbs. So generally comparisons. Okay, so adjective comparisons. This is a general area you have to focus for preparation. Okay, now keeping this point in mind, now let us look at some model question papers which generally you can which appears in the examination. So here in this error detection, so we can see here a standard 4-part sentence errors generally. So you are given a small standard question. So the standard question is divided into 4 parts: part A, part B, part C, and part D. And you are supposed to identify which is the error in which part. So that is the one general model question. So this we can call one as one format. Okay. Now look at here. He is a senior than most of the other officers in his department. Okay. He is a senior than most of the other officers in his department. So here, by looking at it itself, he is. So here this is right. Senior than, that's where generally the doubt we have. Most of the other officers, that sentence is also right. In his department, that is also right. Okay, so this is right and this is right. Okay, the only problem here is either it should be senior than or senior. So here, if you bring it here, you want to change here. He is elder than. For elder, you will have than. Okay, so if you are using senior, then the word should be to. So either you have to replace elder or you have to. So elder to you won't come. Okay, so he is senior to most of the other officers in the department. So that is one way. Or else he is elder than most of the other officers in his department. So that is the another way here. So either you should be here this sentence or this sentence. Okay, so we can't change these words. So senior word we cannot change. Only the grammatical error we have to check. So grammatical error is instead of then we have to use to. So that is a grammar error. So that's the right answer here. Okay. Then next one, no error detection model. So in this no error detection model, same answer. So sometimes the answers will be given in such a way that you have no error. Okay, the option will be given. So at that time, just don't go and jump into bubble that no error answer. Just read the sentence. The number of tourists visiting the Taj Mahal have increased significantly in this year. Okay, so here if you look at this number of tourists visiting the Taj Mahal. Okay, so the Taj Mahal is basically what? Okay, one quantity, and we are talking about that. Okay, so what we are, with whom you are talking? So the speaker is talking to the listener. Okay, so about what? About Taj Mahal. And what does he's talking about? Something. Okay, so what would happen here? The sentence, it will be the third singular, right? So here if you look at this third person singular, so the number of tourists visiting the Taj Mahal. Okay, so he is talking about the tourists. Okay, so the number, so what is this number? The number here is not about tourists. Okay, it's the number, this is this one. Okay, after talking about the tourist visiting the Taj Mahal, and what is this number? This is the people, the person who is talking. So this is single person here. Okay, so actually naturally what should happen here? So this has to be, instead of have, this has to increase to has. Have is wrong. Okay, has increased significantly this year. Okay, that's a grammar mistake here that we need to keep in mind. Then the next one is one error model. So single sentence error, only one error will be there. Okay, so one full sentence will be given. Okay. So here, if you look at here, the manager together with his colleagues are attending the conference in Delhi. Okay, so here the manager together with his colleagues, okay, are attending the conference. Okay, so this manager and together with his colleagues is a separate sentence. Okay, so the manager is attending. So if you remove this one, this sentence here, okay, this is second sentence, no, first sentence. Okay, so if you remove this sentence, the manager is attending the conference this Delhi together with his colleagues is something like they are adding to that what are the noun. Okay, so that is basically together with his colleagues is basically together is what? Preposition, right? So this sentence and this sentence they are adding it. Okay, but actually main thing is what? Main thing is the manager. The main subject itself is manager. So manager is attending the conference this Delhi. Okay, so that is, you should be able to remember. So with is also there, with preposition is with it, with is also there. Okay, so that you should be very careful here. The next one is you are given 4 to 5 sentences and need to choose the error-free sentence or the one with the grammatical error depending upon the instructions. Okay, so yeah, so this is basically normal standard model. Okay, so what this standard model is, whether the sentence is error-free or the sentence are right one. Okay, so if you look at here, which one is the no error? Okay, so she don't know how to operate the machine. Okay, here she don't know. So this is a, she is basically third person singular. Okay, so naturally what would happen? So for it, do, does is the right answer here. It does. Okay, so for rest of the things and all, as I said just before only I was talking about, so does is the right. So she does. Okay, she does it or does not. So don't is the not a right answer. So A is not a right answer. She does not knows how to operate the machine. So till here it is right, but knows is something. Okay, so let me explain here why she does not know here. Okay, she plus does not, okay, or doesn't, plus the verb is a bare verb. We can call this base verb here. Okay, plus the road should come. Okay, why? After the third person singular, okay, the very next verb should be that respective verb. Okay, then whatever the verb we are having, that verb should be the base verb. So that's a grammatic rule. Okay, so hence this verb will not carry. So knows is not a right answer. Okay, so she doesn't know how to operate the machine. Okay, this is the right answer. C is the right answer. She not know, fourth one, she not knows how to operate the machine. So she not knows how to operate the machine is basically a film dialogue. So she not knows, so this is like a William Shakespeare dialogue. Okay, so this is a drama dialogue. Okay, so this is also right, but that is a dialogue. So they are not asking the dialogue here. So she not knows how to operate the machine. So it's like a poetry. Okay, in poetry generally we don't mind about grammatical mistakes, the right usage of words in the right place, because we need rhyming in a poetry or we need a rhyming in dialogues. So there we don't follow the strict grammatic rules. Okay, so even though this is right here, this is going to be right or wrong answer. Only the right answer is C here. Then the next one, sentence improvement or phrase replacements. Completely the word we are going to replace. Okay, so for that sometimes it's merged under the error detection category. You are asked to identify the incorrect phrase. Okay, so that complete phrase itself you need to identify. So for example here, you need to replace it with the correct one. Yeah, so here, look at here in this problem, she insisted to go to the temple despite her illness. She insisted to go to so here to go is the right one, insisted is also right one, but again to is there, so that's the reason. So to go to, so that is where generally you should be careful here. Okay, so now to go to is basically, if you use go to, then you should not use to here. Okay, so she instead go, so that's why we'll try to apply this one. She insisted dash, I'm trying to explain here. So first look at the options. Okay, she insisted to going to, so to going to, on going to. Okay, she insisted on going to, so this won't be any answer. She insisted to going to, this is answer. She insisted to go for temple, this is somewhat right answer. She insisted on going to. Okay, she insisted to going to, so to going to is also right answer. No improvement. Okay, this is also okay. Basically no improvement is what the problem here. So here I'm going to take the complete the sentence here and then writing down here. Okay, she insisted on going to. she insists on going to. Okay, so here this is a bare verb, this is a preposition. Okay, so this is a gerund and to. Okay, so here this one generally will rightly fit here. She insisted, instead of saying insisted, if you use base verb, so she insisted. So here instead of that, she insisted on going to the temple despite her illness. So the on going to. So this answer is there in the options. Okay, she insists on going to. Okay, so hence what is happening here? The complete till from here to here, the sentence is missed. Okay, so you have to be very careful here. So till starting from point to which point actually the error is there, that you need to identify first, and then check it with the answers. Or else what you can do is first you find out what are the options given for you, and then try to put that answers there, and then try to frame this before and after. So trim it and then try to check with the normal grammatical consistency. So that's also one way. Then next one is so some multiple, you'll be given multiple questions. So you are supposed to find out all the correct answers here. So here you are given 2 to 3 sentences here which are grammatically how to identify all this. Okay, so whether they are all are grammatically correct or not. Neither the teacher nor the students was present. Here neither the teacher, no, so the teacher is a singular quantity, nor the students. Okay, so this is a plural quantity. Okay, so nor the students were present. This was is where, so here it should be were present, because for plural you should come, or else what you should happen is instead of yes you should remove yes. So even that at least you should do. So that is one mistake here. So this is a one mistake. Each of the boys were given phrase. Each of the boys were given a phrase. Okay, so each of the boys, so each of the boys was given. So where will not come. Okay, each of the boys, instead of where, each of the boys is given a present. So instead of where, is given a present. So that is at least should be there. Then the committee has reached its decision. So this is wrong sentence and this is wrong sentence. So this is basically the committee is a singular quantity, singular, and this is a third person. Okay, has reached its decision. So this is the verb, the right verb usage, reached its decision. So this is the object, you can call this object. So completely I'm just so this basically I'm just want to simplify it. This is reason why I'm considering this completely as an object. So committee has done something. Okay, whatever it is. So now this is the right sentence. So look at the options. So they are asking you to find out the wrong answers. Then 1 and 2 are the wrong answer. If you are there, you are supposed to find the right answer. Then third one is the right answer. So likewise we have to find. Then the last one is underline the part where sentence. So yeah, so here you should underline here. So this is one way. Underline the part of the sentence which is grammatically incorrect and find out the best replacement. So he was working hardly to finish the task. So I told you in the previous class, in some grammar class, where some words generally these meanings will differ. Okay, hard versus hardly. Okay, so hard means normal hard working. Okay, hardly means any. He is not working at all. He works hard. He works hard means he is a hard working man. Okay, he the second sentence is he works hardly means he is not working at all. So that is the meaning at all. That is the meaning. Okay, not working. he is not working at all. Okay, so hardly means not working, hard means hard working. Okay, so late means he's actually late. Lately means recently. Recent. Lately means very recent. Okay, so that's the difference you should be able to identify. So here he was working hardly to finish the task means he is not at all working. That's the sentence meaning. So he now try to replace this word here. He was hardly working to finish the task. He was hard working to reach his task. Okay, then he was working hard to finish the task. Then he was working harder to finish the task. No improvement. Okay, so he was working harder is also right one. He was working hard is right one. So all these answers are wrong. Okay, but he was working harder to finish the task is okay, but this is hard, harder, hardest. No, so you need a comparison element. So this comparison element is missing in the sentence. He was working harder than anyone. He was working harder than Murali to finish the job, to finish the task, like that. If you had given something, then this is the right one. So but they have not given any sentence like that. So he was working hard to finish the task. So completely this is the sentence. So this is the thing. Okay, so this error detection, basically if you look at these models and all here, so till now whatever that the explanation that I have given, this explanation whatever is all this explanation is compulsory is a English grammar point of view. So meaning is, when you are facing these problems, error detection or sentence correction, some sentence like this, so error detection is a same name with the sentence errors. Okay, so with this idea, basic idea of this whatever I told you just now, so you might have come to a conclusion that you must be very thorough in grammars, then only you can solve these problems. First point. Then the next point is sometimes it's not about being thorough in the subject, but also you should learn the technique how to solve it. Okay, so you should read the question properly, and then you should find out whether they are asking the sentence error or right sentence. Okay, that at least, so there are some sentences like elimination technique. Okay, so all those things also you should be taking into picture and then solve the problem. So this is about just trying to understand this, how to solve the error detection. So in error detection, so you must have something like a thorough knowledge in all these topics. Like at least if you are unable to have some thorough knowledge in English grammar, so nobody is perfect in anything, but at least try to for examination point of view, at least try to have some understanding in this subject verb agreement, article usage, tense consistency, like this pronouns, then prepositions, modifiers, okay, comparison errors, so like the word usage. So like these models, yeah, so then article usage, tenses, prepositions, models and auxiliaries, comparisons. So at least minimum these topics you just try to have it, try to learn basics at least to go for exam. So these are the things related to the error detection model. I hope you understood this video. Please do subscribe and share this YouTube channel, and we'll meet again. Thank you. Until then, bye.